into the 420, damn it.
So what are you doing? Nothing? Why not?
Trying to get on this Lifestyle Radio website.
Sounds like a cool website.
Yeah, it's alright. Oh, wait, I might have it.
You might have it.
You're listening to Lifestyle Radio.
The opinions expressed during this show are those of the individual participants and do not necessarily reflect the opinions of their associated organizations or Lifestyle Radio.
You like music, you like weed, well, we gonna be good friends indeed. This is how much I like more than smoking trees. They'll make you dance the do-si-do and teach you how the chiva grows. Smoke a bowl on the 420 radio show. On Lifestyle Radio.
Perfect timing, Mary Jane. Don't you look cute today? And bubbly. She can't hear us.
I can't hear it. She can't hear all those compliments.
I said you look cute today. Look at the faces. Always faces. You can tell instantly when Mary Jane doesn't like something that's been said or played.
What?
Just
that we're giving her compliments?
It's why I don't play poker. I couldn't hear you. That's what the look was for. It was like I checked the mic. I checked the camera because I'm using a different webcam. I didn't check the speakers. I had it on mute.
Oh, again.
But do I sound okay?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, like humming.
No cracking.
Al? Okay. You know what happened? I didn't even have it plugged in last time. Last time, and I was like, I don't know why it's not working. It's because it wasn't plugged in.
That's a 4K camera.
This one?
Yep.
It's my daughter's. She bought it offline.
That's a 4K camera. That's very, very, very. Here, I'll make you bigger. Yeah, that's very clear, isn't it?
Really good. Oh,
yes.
Wow.
Yeah, you can see the pimple on your chin too.
That's been there for months. The scar. So check out what I did with my bubbler.
What'd you do?
Do you see it? It's
colored. Oh, you put dye in it?
Colored water?
No.
Juice?
So you can actually purchase. It's called bong water, flavored bong water. Not bong flavored water because that'd be really gross. This is blueberry. And this here, you would put this amount in an 8-ounce bong.
Okay. Yeah, I've seen that stuff's been around for a while. And what flavor is it? Blueberry?
Blueberry.
And does it change the taste?
So this is the thing I like about this versus the Juicy drops, because Juicy makes something that you drip directly onto your cannabis.
It's the same stuff they put on their papers.
So the Juicy drops changes the flavor of your cannabis.
Okay.
This changes the flavor of the air, if that makes sense. So when you go, you would get like a blueberry. So good.
Cool.
It's so good.
Cool.
Yeah, this was actually my idea because I was working at a
I got to put you bigger again.
I was working at a head shop that sold the bottles of this stuff. Actually, I should say they had bottles of this stuff, but they weren't selling them because nobody knew what it was and was too hesitant to spend $12 on a full bottle of something they didn't know. So I said, well, why don't we just go buy these cute little shot glasses and we can divvy them up and sell them for $2 a shot. And we actually doubled our money. We got $20 a bottle.
But now you don't work there.
Now I don't work there, and now she's reaping all the money. But I get bong shots whenever I go in, so we're good. So sorry, I'm late. What did I miss?
You didn't miss. We just finished the
intro.
That's how you made perfect timing. When you sat down, it finished.
Nice. I've been told to have good timing. When I go to a restaurant, every time I'm at the cash, I turn around and I look, and there's like a long lineup of people, and I'm like, yes, see, I bring in the customers.
That's what I do.
Yeah, except my boyfriend kind of pointed out that I take a really long time to order, and I change a lot of things on the menu. So it's probably because I've taken a really long time to order that there's a really big lineup behind me.
How is Hillary up here right now? I don't get that. Oh, okay. Never mind. So welcome to the show. Welcome home there, El Nardo.
Hey.
Yeah, you don't look any darker.
No, you don't. You really
What
don't.
happened?
No.
I am.
He was
Believe
in
it
the
or
bar
not.
all week. He didn't go into the beach.
No, I like the beach. I do lie in the shade, and the only time is when I go on in the water that I actually probably get direct sun.
So you do any scuba diving or anything?
Nah, it's quite boring.
Really? Yeah. I would. I go and I just sit there
Mm-hmm.
and stare and watch fish and crabs and
No, me. If they got scuba diving, I'm there.
Spend
all my
most of
time
those things you
underwater.
gotta like go off resort and take like a bunch of hours, and I was like, fuck that.
Yeah. Well, it takes a few hours to go scuba diving.
Yeah, but I don't want like an 8 hour. Like you have to like drive a few hours and go do that, then drive back.
Yeah, it makes
Heaven
sense.
forbid it seemed like work on vacation.
So we
Trust me, it does.
We were chatting there before the show that you had no weed down there at all because it's really frowned upon in Cuba. Eh?
I didn't smell any, didn't see any.
God.
They're pretty conservative country still.
You must have got real buzzed when you got home. Like that first doobie must have been like, whoa.
Yeah, no, I feel my tolerance is down.
Yeah. Yep.
Wasn't a bad thing. I slept like shit the first 3 or 4 days. It was horrible.
There or here?
There.
Oh, really? Not
Oh,
comfortable.
I couldn't sleep
No
at all.
cannabis.
It
No
wasn't.
cannabis.
Oh, no cannabis. I was gonna say it wasn't a 5-star hotel. You could have just drank, I guess.
Cannabis in Cuba
Not
is
the same.
illegal. Small amounts of possession are punishable by 6 months to 2 years in prison. Cultivation, production, and transit of large amounts of any illegal drug, including cannabis, result in a sentence of 4 to 20 years. International trafficking of the same carries a sentence of 15 to 30 years in prison in more severe cases.
I think I just saw a story about somebody going through that right now, but not here, not there in Russia.
The girl got caught with a hash.
A hash
vape,
thing.
wasn't it?
No, an oil vape cartridge.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. In Russia.
In Russia, one of the American athletes.
Oh, okay. Well, still.
Yeah.
What are you making, Darcy? Oh, he's trimming. Never mind. Go back to what you're doing.
No, I'm
You guys were talking about vacations, and the longest I've been was in where's Margarita Island? Is that Venezuela? That's Venezuela, right?
I think so.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure because it was close to Colombia. But I think it was like day 6 of 7 that I had finally found a couple that they knew I consumed cannabis, and they, the deal was if I found some before they did, that I'd let them know and vice versa. But I was actually told by hotel staff to stop asking for that because it is extremely illegal.
And this was how long ago? Maybe 10 years ago? Because you haven't been since I've been.
11. Yeah, my daughter was like just
things are so different. I've been to Europe, and I've been all over Europe, and I've been to the States, and I've been to the East Coast of Canada. But I mean, I smoked my first joint in a hash bar in Amsterdam in the 70s. And it was very open in the red light district of Amsterdam. Okay. It was very open, so literally we were sitting outside and I had a joint and a drink, 15 years old, me and my mom and my sister and her boyfriend. And, and now look where we are. That was the 70s. It's a long journey, isn't it?
Yeah, no, they'll get there. I just didn't feel like I don't know, testing the waters.
Getting in trouble. Well,
I was only there for my grad trip of my daughter, right?
But you cleansed though before, like just in case, didn't you?
What do you mean cleansed?
Well, you said that you were going to back off a little bit just a few days before and wipe your phone off, and cleanse.
Oh, I take out the pictures and stuff. I trust me. I was fucking high on the way down on
So,
the airplane.
my suggestion would be, if you're going to travel anywhere outside of Canada, that you just shut off all your apps and remove your pictures, and then that way, well, the whole thing is if they can only access your phone if it's open. They can't force you to open it without.
I deleted most of my. I didn't delete them all. There's a few still there, but
yeah.
That's all right. I'll make sure the next time I go to travel, before I leave, the last 100 photos is just going to be nothing but tits and ass.
Yeah, and log yourself out of your socials.
I mean,
actually, I think Cuba's not very big on the pornography.
Can I sit beside you when that happens, please, Mary Jane? I want to come with you and sit beside you.
It's gotten so bad I don't open my phone in public anymore. I used to like stand in line at the bank and like scroll through Instagram, and now it's like weed, half naked woman, weed, but
you can't even load. No. You can't even load a movie off of a dark website, we'll say.
Yes.
Okay. You can't.
My kids don't use them anymore because my 16-year-old said it's too much on the
porn
side.
Driven. I'm always like, sorry, David.
Yeah.
Sorry, David.
Apparently, if you sign up and log in, you can get rid of all those.
Not anymore. No, not BootLocker. No. They're driven by, they're paid for by advertising and mostly porn. Now, speaking of the movies watching, what I watched it, Len. David and I put the big screen on the wall, and we watched the 3-hour movie. And you know what? It was really, really good. Hey, Doug, how you doing? Doug Cora says hi. It dark right off the bat. Yes, and I had read that.
Well, I think it's what I kind of said in my review. There's no fun, no jokes. It's just a good movie.
Right to it. Now I'm looking forward to The Flash to see Michael Keaton. I want to see that.
Yeah.
Right.
The Flash will be good.
Yep. And that's not going to be for a while. They've postponed Top Gun again as well. There was several movies several movies have been postponed for the release, and I don't get why. We were going to go to the theater to see the Batman, but then I looked at the fucking prices, and I was like, you know what? I mean, it costs $100 to take a kid out for a proper movie night. By the time you get popcorn and shit, it's $20, 14 and above. It's $20 now. $19.
It must be more expensive in Toronto. It's only $13 out here.
Well, this is at the Cineplex, right?
Same.
The big one. Well, maybe. I even looked online there to see if any of the drive-ins were open. They're usually Oakville. Oakville usually opens early, but there's another one out by you guys as well, right?
There's two out by me. There's the Port Hope, and then the one in Picton. But from what I heard, Picton is crap.
We used to go to the Port Hope one when we were kids. We'd drive out there when we got our driver's license, load up the car with beer, and go to the drive-in.
There was a Mustang.
The what?
The Mustang drive-in, or is that the one up north in like Port Perry?
I think that's up north. There's and
that
then
was
there's
the one I went to when I was little.
There was lots in the city. There was the 400. There was the 427 and 7. That was one of the first big ones that had multi screens.
Can you believe Timmy's never been to a drive-in?
Well, you know what? We should go. Yeah. I'll grab David and we will come out there and we will go to the drive-in and just. Now the thing is,
don't park near me.
Why?
Because you have a little one in your car. I'm not taking my kids.
David is 16.
Yes.
He's not a little one.
It's a drive-in. It's Timmy's first time. What do you think?
Okay, well, then the kids won't. What, you going to make out in the back seat?
Yeah, make out.
Anyway.
Keep it in your pants for 3 hours.
Come on, man. Jesus.
It's always in my pants. I'm not like a dude. I can't just whip it out.
Well, you can't, too.
It's a full moon tonight.
It is a full moon tonight.
I know.
We were trying to figure out when that was. I thought it was last night, like
But
early this morning.
It was technically last night, but everybody sees it tonight because nobody stays up till 3 a.m. to see it last night.
It was up and it was beautiful. It was huge over Toronto.
It was cloudy. Did you guys get to see the full moon out there?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was cloudy out here. Hey, I got news.
We all
I
have
get,
news.
I get news every day. A lot of it's fake news, but
no, this one's legit. Ontario is now offering to pay people to become electricians, and the training is going to be completely free. We're in such need of electricians that the government's like, yes, we need to
And
put
plumbers.
people in there.
And garbage men.
And plumbers.
Garbage men as well.
I've always wanted electricity has always been interesting to me. Like when I
Go
was 15,
for it. You got nothing else to lose.
Well, what the fuck else am I doing right now?
hey,
We're getting electrocuted.
No, when I was 15 years old, my dad. Okay, so his apartment building is over 100 years old, and he's only got those outlets with the 2 socket, not the 3-prong, but the 2-prong. And when I moved in, when I was in high school, I wanted to like plug something in my room, and I couldn't because it had like a 3-prong or something like that. So we went to Home Depot.
My place on Vaughan Road was like that. Yeah.
We bought the 3, and my dad showed me where the circuit breaker was.
It had
like
to
the
change
fuse
it.
box.
Yeah.
And
She was
I
hot.
yanked all the fuses out, and we did my room together. And then one day my dad came home. I was like, Dad, guess what? I changed all the other outlets in the house. And he's like, what? You did what? While you were home alone? Rule number 1, never play with electricity when nobody's in the house. What if something happened? And blah, 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 blah. I was like, but it's fine.
do you know what's black and crispy and hangs from the ceiling?
Mary Jane.
A do-it-yourself electrician.
A burnt bag of Mary Jane. Yeah, that's a good one, Marcel, actually. All right, let me do some sharing here. Sharing. Oh, this computer's so slow.
The camera is really good. Holy crap. Get me out of here.
No, we liked looking at you.
It's a good thing I did my face yesterday.
So what do we got going on tonight there, peoples?
My computer's a piece of shit.
Ah, poor Darcy.
It is.
Darcy said we had a guest tonight.
Darcy said that he stole a computer from work.
No, I don't get what?
He's like, if I stole a computer from work, I wouldn't be having computer problems.
Yeah, really.
Darcy said he had a guest tonight.
No, I didn't say I had a guest tonight.
No,
yes, you did.
I asked.
You said you're going to be talking about Optimus Cannabis or something.
That's not a guest. He said about, not to.
Yeah, because Lennie said
technically it's 2.
I had a question. I'm sure you guys all seen that plant.
So you want to learn?
Plant.
So
is that called a ring of fire?
So you want to learn how to mainline, do you?
I don't know. I like to call it the ring of fire.
Okay.
Because it looks like it would be like a ring of just fire weed, because you get nothing but like straight nugs up it. Yeah.
You gonna show her? Are you showing her something there, Darcy?
No, I had to bring my. I'm using my phone tonight because my computer keeps crashing, and this phone's a piece of shit, and I got to bring it really, really close to here.
Oh, well, why don't you have your headset on it? You can plug your headset into your computer. You know, it does have a cord.
My computer don't work.
Into your phone.
No. Yeah, I got a shitty iPhone. You need one of them toggles, see?
Oh, you fucking fucker.
See? Can't plug that into an iPhone. Or that.
Stupid iPhones.
Stupid
Do you have
iPhone.
a wireless? Do you have wireless headset?
I just threw mine out. That's done.
Mine just died. They literally died. I charged them. I put them on my head. They literally played 5 seconds of music and died.
Mine are like that too, buddy. Don't worry about it, Darcy. You're fine. Just mute your mic while you're working away there and unmute it when you're not.
Yeah. I got to go. If I lose you, it's because my phone died. I got to find my fucking stupid charger here at this house.
It's so nice to see someone else having a night like I normally do. I'm sorry for laughing at you, Darcy, but it's usually
Oh no,
me.
it's all right. It's
I don't
me
see.
that's like
I don't see any
sound
difference from any other night, really.
So
Marcel?
forgiving.
Marcel,
Darcy,
are you smoking your shit?
smoking what? I don't
Are you
smoke
smoking your
shit.
stuff I gave you?
Now
Yeah,
Darcy's
actually,
clicking.
I was.
What do you
But then-
think?
Darcy?
Well, I ate fudge, so I don't think now. It was a long day, so I ate fudge, and then after I ate the fudge, then it doesn't matter what I smoke.
It's like Darcy's head's coming through the screen.
Yeah, I know. It's just. That's okay. I keep moving closer.
It was just funny, just the way it went.
That's funny. Darcy's leaning in and Marcel's leaning in, but we can't see Marcel. He's just trying to like talk so Darcy can hear him better.
So I'm not embarrassing Darcy as much.
You're
It
clicking
tastes
now,
good.
Darcy.
It tastes good, Darcy.
Darcy, I think we're just picking up on the feedback of us speaking.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just because it's this fucking stupid
iPhones,
iPhone.
I will say iPhones are the worst. My friends and I chat all the time, and as soon as my friend sets her iPhone down, all I hear kind of like have it, half of it, and that's all I can. I'm like, can you pick up your phone, please? Or turn it sideways.
Yeah.
iPhones drive me nuts.
I've recently switched to a Samsung Galaxy A13.
And compared to an iPhone?
I love it. It's just too big and heavy. And
Well, that's your fault for picking a massive phone.
I got a nice.
You know what?
Smaller.
I realized that they have the same size as David. David's got my mom's old phone and it's small. It's a Samsung S something or whatever. Anyways, it doesn't matter.
But as you get older, that big screen comes in handy.
Well, that's what I was just going to say. You know, while I was looking at other phones when my iPhone died, I've always enjoyed having a tablet, right? So I said, well, maybe I'll just get a tablet. Fuck the cell phone. I can get a tablet that has a cell phone built into it because they have them.
Yeah, so you're gonna carry around a tablet to make phone calls?
No. Marijane, I don't even use my cell phone. I don't. I get phone calls from bill people when I'm late. That's it. Okay.
I'll
and
call you more often.
I cut my internet off the phone, so I got to rectify that by next month if I'm going to go up to the trailer. But I'm enjoying it because it's a different interface. I like the Android interface, right? But there's some things that I miss. I miss GarageBand. I love GarageBand. Okay.
I don't know what GarageBand is.
GarageBand is like the ultimate music app, and it comes free on a phone, on an iPhone. Oh. I believe it still comes with the iPhone, doesn't it? I don't know.
I do.
I haven't used an iPhone.
What comes with the iPhone? Sorry, I was multitasking.
GarageBand, I believe it still comes with the iPhone. I know that mine had it on it.
Yeah, Lenny's got iPhones.
Yeah. You should have GarageBand. And if you don't have it, you can install it. It's a free app. It's a pay inside app kind of thing, right?
I don't see it.
It's there.
Like all bullshit.
Can you Google it? Like, can you search it?
I'm typing. It's called Garage.
GarageBand.
Al's fucking right. Fucking bullshit.
It's there?
What?
Oh, it's probably
there.
some awesome thing you've never even tried.
Yeah.
That's all right.
I have it on the
all
Mac.
Sorts of things in your phone that if you don't actually go in and look at, like,
you don't even know they're there. Yeah, exactly.
Go in, Al. Go in because you have a Samsung. I searched for some reason. I was having trouble with my Fitbit. Not like the pop-up thing wouldn't open, so I went in to look up pop-up blockers, thinking that maybe I have a setting that's blocking this thing from opening. Yeah, no, I still haven't figured that problem out. But
you probably have it off.
No. While I was in there, I checked all of it. But while I was in there, there's a setting that says tracking and something else. So basically,
you can shut that off.
I did, because over 7,000 times my search history was accessed by, it was like 3,000 times by Google, 2,000 times by Facebook. I'm like, whoa. What are they searching for? And it was like my search history. And I started looking, and I'm like,
what they're
and
doing
then it's
is,
like, is it just your private? No, they're even, when I open my private browser and I search things that I think nobody is looking and
if
nobody is
you
finding.
search something on Google and then go back to Facebook, and it will be on Facebook, and there'll be an ad, and
But
that's
if
just
you
that's
use
just
private, it
meta
shouldn't be
gathering. That's all
there.
that is, though. They're not using that information
If you
personally.
use private, that
There's
should
a
be.
reason
It's
why.
the internet. Nothing is private.
Nothing is a private. If you have loaded something on the internet since it was turned on in 93, 94, it's still there someplace. Okay? I guarantee you.
I understand all that.
To all of you girls out there that are now in your 60s and 70s who have booby pictures on the internet from the
They're still there.
90s, they're still there. I was looking at them the other day.
It's so funny. It used to be back in the day. My dad told me, if you're going to take photos, they have to be on a Polaroid.
Yeah.
They have to.
That's why Polaroids were so big in the 70s.
Unless you get the negatives.
No, because you always have to go and get them printed somewhere. When I was a teenager, my two friends and their other guy friend decided that it would be fun to take some risque photos, and they used a 35 millimeter and they took it to the store, and my friend made me go in and get it developed.
Did you ever see the movie Al's Photo?
Well, we stood outside a photo spot in a mall.
Wasn't it Al's Photo? It was Robin Williams was in it. He played a creepy guy that ran a photo shop.
And just kept the photos? Ugh.
I can't. No. It was creepier than that. It was really. It was a really good, scary movie, though.
And it was called Al's Photo?
I think so, or something like that. Maybe somebody can look it up. Robin Williams.
We were in the mall one day in Halifax.
Darcy's sitting down there all alone.
A photo store
in the waiting room.
In there. Well, he's in
You're back?
He's back.
Yeah.
No, he's frozen.
He's frowning.
Frozen or extremely pissed off. One of the two.
Probably both. So what you were saying there, Marcel?
Yeah, no, we were in the mall and we were going by a photo store, and it was one of those ones that did the color film and just spit it out the end of the machine.
Yep.
The end of the machine was aimed at the window.
Yep.
Out in the mall.
Yeah, we used to stand there. We used to stand there and watch the equipment just in case.
Well, that's what we were watching one day, and all of these nudes started coming out.
1 hour photo was that movie.
1 hour photo. Thank you.
Yeah. And that was one of those 1 hour places. But we're standing there checking out all these nudes coming out. Girl did quite the striptease thing for the photos, but it was
probably one of the reasons why I started studying photography and learned how to use a darkroom and shit.
Me too.
Hello, Darcy. Again.
Battery.
Whoa, man. Whoa, calm down, Darcy.
He's mad. He's mad, I can tell.
Bringing some bad karma to the show now. Calm down, man. Now he's throwing shit. We're going to mute Darcy until he calms down. All right. So, I have loaded some stuff because I find it interesting. I've got how to make hempcrete wall. It's 2 minutes. What do you got?
I got a story about making rebar out of hemp.
That's the other one I've got. Isn't that funny how that happens?
Concrete.
Yeah, but it's not a video, is it?
It's not a video.
Yeah, so I've got a video for tonight's video. One of them is how to make a hempcrete wall. It's just 2 minutes. And then later in the show, I've got another one that's a little longer. It's called The Products That Can Be Made Out of the Hemp Plant. So I thought we'd have some educational stuff.
It's not going to be all 50,000 of them, is it?
No, this is only 4 minutes and 20 seconds.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So, Al.
Yo, hello. Hi, how are you?
Is this a lot better?
This is better, buddy. Yes.
Fucking thank the Lord, hallelujah. Or as Medea says, hallelujah.
I'm not into the Medea movies. I never have been.
Oh my
You know
God,
what? I like
hilarious.
Tyler
like the
Perry
last
just
one.
has a. I don't like his humor.
I like the last one because Mrs. Brown's in it, and I honestly think they're going to have another one of those two, and I think
Oh no,
Medea's
no,
going
no!
to go
They're
to
going to have
Ireland.
many more. They're going to keep doing them. He's got.
Oh yeah, but
that.
with
You
Mrs.
mean
Brown,
like
those
Mrs.
two.
Brown's Boys?
Yes.
Okay, I might watch that because Mrs. Brown is
Oh.
amazing. But
Oh, and I
Medea,
think, and that at the end, there's a bit of a spoiler when she says about meeting together in Ireland.
Yes, there was.
if anybody has never seen Mrs. Brown's Boys, you
Never
have to
watched
go
it.
watch it. You have to go
Oh, you
watch
gotta
it.
watch Mrs.
Nope.
Brown's Boys.
This is like one
Why'd
of the.
you say no?
I don't want to.
Why no?
Do you even know what it is?
Nope.
Yeah, but why do you not want to?
Just because he's
Like, what's
telling
the
me to do it.
reason?
Oh,
Okay, so
she's telling you to do it.
so I would say it is a hilarious show, and
Give
Mrs.
me
Brown
a
is one of a
lowdown on the what do you call? Hey Wayne. What? Give me the lowdown on. Give me a description.
On the show?
Yeah.
Oh, she's a crass, honest granny who.
English, right?
Yeah, like
Irish.
Irish? I thought it was British.
Yeah. Irish, British, something like that. But it's all done as a live performance. They have a show, and it's done as a live performance, but you don't really see it as a live performance.
No, it's like
until,
a sitcom almost.
Until they pull the cameras back a lot of times, and they'll show the set and things like that.
Are you gonna tell him about Mrs. Brown?
Well, Mrs. Brown's not a Mrs.
Is she a tranny?
No.
I'm sorry, I can't use that word anymore. Transgender,
So
what do you call him now?
Mrs. Brown is a man.
It's
but
an actor
plays a
dresses.
female role.
Okay.
Fun
Think
fact,
Benny Hill type thing.
So a drag.
Mrs. Brown's daughter is
Yes.
actually the actor's wife. Yes. So like that, it's not that transgender or
the husband
gay,
plays the mother.
Male actor. But she is so funny. Mrs. Brown is so funny. Talks about like masturbation and drinking and.
I think the best ones were when I think they were Pentecostals or whatever they were.
Oh, the church ladies.
No, the young church guys. That went in and she's preaching the Bible to, and the other one was the waxing.
Yes. I like the one where they built the bathroom under the stairs.
Well, that's where she did the waxing.
It's funny. You should at least watch one episode.
Mm-hmm.
I will make a point of trying it. Last night I went and got a 7-day free trial of Discovery Plus.
Nice.
Because I like Discovery shows, so that's what I've been watching. David's been watching movies, but I don't. Much like the CTV app, I don't get how you can try and charge for a service that keeps having to rebuffer all the time every 5 minutes. I don't get that, so I won't be continuing my membership. I'll just say that I can watch it without any buffering for nothing elsewhere. So you would think if you were paying $6 a month for a service,
but see, they would say that's your internet service provider.
It's not though.
It down.
It's not though, and I checked it while it was happening.
But that's what they would say.
Of course they would.
Well, of course they would.
Of course.
Oh, speaking of internet,
yes.
How is mine? I'm not like choppy or anything.
No, did you burn the kids? Did you bury them somewhere?
So I had some guy.
Sent them to their fathers?
No, some guy. That ain't happening. Some guy randomly called out of the blue and was like, "Hey, my name's Mo, and I seen your phone number on your door, and because I have a sign there that says, "Hey, I'm actually home. I just can't hear you because I got my headphones on. Give me a call."
Yeah.
So he called me and he's like, "I'm like canvassing on behalf of Kojico and told me about this really awesome internet deal. I'm only paying $10 more a month right now, and I was getting 15 megabytes per second on my on my download speed before. That's why I had to take the cord and hook it in.
Yeah.
I just did a speed test like a couple minutes ago. 169.5 megabytes
That's not
per
bad.
second.
I get about 320 and I think 150, about 15, 16 on the up.
Yeah,
and
and
that's
they
in
have
Toronto.
they have a 360. They had it, except it was another $10. I was like, I don't need it. I was going from 15.
So are your kids using the internet now?
Yeah, well, one's on the Oculus, one's on their computer and phone.
If it works, it works. I guess we'll find out, won't we? You know what? It's also a matter of the times of years. During March break, during the Christmas vacation, during summer vacation, the internet bogs down.
Well, okay,
Right?
so this is what the internet provider that came to install my internet explained to me, and this was with Tech Savvy. So Tech Savvy actually runs off of Cogeco Internet.
Yeah,
So
it's
they,
a separate
buy a
service.
line,
It's a
right?
contract. Yep.
So what they said to me was, he said, imagine if you were to look at the internet like a swimming pool or like a body of water. So if you want to go swimming, you're going to go swimming in a pool, but there's 100 other people in that pool. He's like, so you're not going to be able to move around, and you're not going to be able to have like very fast internet because it's crowded.
Typically, cable is the slower internet. Yes.
Well, and then he said, but if you were to go with Cogeco has a lake.
Yes.
100 people can swim in, so there's a lot more room. You can swim a lot faster.
Mm-hmm.
So he said, just like think of it that way. So that's a weird analogy, but okay.
It's a sales pitch analogy, is what it is. They're just trying to. Yeah, there you go. No, but you did good.
So what was your speed test again? What did it come back with?
169 megabytes per second.
Now you're going to get a whole different reading on your computer as to your phone, right? Your computer will.
Where are you doing your speed test at?
Just go to the speed test one when you type in speed test, and Google will come up with a speed test. Yeah.
And then it just says run speed test.
Yep, run it.
Oh yeah, you're right. My computer's a lot slower.
Should be faster. I'm gonna try it with everything running. I'm trying it. I get 500, 530, 540, 550, 554 2, and we'll say 14 on the upload, which is not great on the upload.
14 is actually good on the upload.
Well, I mean, I can do everything I'm doing right now, and we're fine. And
what's yours say, Marijane?
You know what's so weird? I had a bunch of tabs open, and I was at 80 megabytes per second. And as soon as I shut all the tabs down, other than the StreamYard and the speed,
it goes up.
I'm now at 119.5.
Yeah. Every time
that's online with all of this, and like I've got a 4K camera on, so it must be pulling something.
When your internet provider says you can have 18 devices on your computer running at the same time at this package, what they're saying is you can run 18 different things. So if you have 18 different windows open on your computer, you're going to start bogging down around the 19th or 20th.
Well, I mean, if I was trying to explain to a lady online today, because she was asking me, because she just switched to Cogeco, and she was like, how are you finding it? What is your speed like? And I'm like, well, you need to understand, I have 9 or 10 different smart lights. I have 5 Alexas. I have 3 cameras.
That's my point. And each one of those is a device.
Yeah, and they're all hooked up. And people don't realize how much of that shit is actually hooked up to your internet.
I have 1, 2, 3 computers running. I have my Chromecast on the TV behind me, as you can see. David's on something in the bedroom behind me.
I can't see.
Oh, that's because your video's there. There, you see.
Okay, good, because I got to go warm up my tea. Wait, is it almost break? Should I wait?
It is almost break, actually. You should wait. Yeah, and then I've got, what else do I got? Oh, and Alexa. Yeah. Hello, Alexa. How are you, Alexa? Alexa?
You got to say her name first. She's like
Hello,
the boyfriend
Alexa.
that never listens. You say a question and then you say their name and they go, huh? You got to say their name and then ask the question.
Alexa, what's the population of Toronto?
In 2020, the population of Toronto was 3.01 million people.
Thanks, man.
Man. Thanks, man.
All right. So what else are we going to do? We going to talk about weed today?
Eventually.
What did you send us here there, Hillary?
Weed.
I don't who sent what? What? Who was it?
What?
It's a wiki page. Oh no.
Why?
My kids tell me don't trust wiki. Wikipedia.
No. It's
Brandon O'Carroll.
Brandon O'Connell. Mrs. Brown.
Oh, this is who plays Mrs. Brown. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I get you. Yeah. Well, it's just like Medina, right?
Medina.
When are you showing your video?
Medea.
When are you showing your video?
When?
If Medea's not funky cold.
Whenever we go to break. Why? Do you have something that you want to show us?
I want to talk about this rebar because this is a cool idea.
Well, let's do that.
Let's talk about the rebar before we show the video because it would tie in perfectly with it.
Yes. Okay. So talk about rebar. I saw this. This was very interesting, and I've watched a lot of stuff on hemp products. So.
Right, but everybody knows that rebar is steel bars that are in concrete.
And not everybody knows that.
Yeah.
Oh well, I'm hoping everybody knows. But for those that don't, to make concrete structurally sound, it has steel bars that are placed into it and interwound and tied together, and it keeps the concrete stable.
That's funny the way you say that.
What?
It sounds like they take the concrete and they shove the bars down inside.
They do.
No,
No, they don't.
No. What they do is they lay out the rebar first.
Yeah.
They'll lay out the rebar first, standing upright for your walls.
It's actually a really
horizontally
dangerous
on
job.
the ground.
You have to walk on the bars. There's no floor. They're building the floor. And the walls, like you're saying, they're building the walls, the floor, the ceiling. Because most of them are what? Offices, apartment buildings, condos.
No,
bridges.
Most of those floors are done. Most of those floors are done by pre-made slabs.
Most concrete construction uses rebar these days. It doesn't matter what it is, homes, everything.
Right.
Yeah, that's what
you're saying about
do.
On a floor, on the second floor, you don't put rebar and pour concrete because it just all lands on the first floor.
Yes.
So
it's just
your
concrete.
Second floor, third floor, those are all slabs that have rebar in the concrete and they're laid down.
Oh, they're pre-built and then laid. Okay.
Yeah. But so
that makes sense.
Rebar, the problem with rebar, and this is why bridges fail, is water can go through the concrete, get to the steel, and rust out the steel.
Yes.
Researchers at RPI in New York, which is the Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute, have come up with a hemp-derived rebar that's more resistant to corrosion and has a significantly smaller carbon footprint than rebar or normal rebar made from steel. What they've done is they're taking hemp fiber, basically making a hemp rope, and then encasing it in a thermoplastic. And that's what they're using as the rebar. It's giving an extra 40 to 50 years for life based over steel rebar.
Wow.
Which has a lot of lifetime. Well, it rusts though, doesn't it? Even from inside, I would think that
rebar.
Yeah.
Yeah, the steel rebar does. This doesn't.
Yeah. Yeah, this won't.
Would that
This
absorb
doesn't.
any moisture, or is that what that plastic coating would
That
be?
plastic would prevent anything. So thermoplastic is basically it's dipped into liquid plastic, or the plastic is heat treated, melted to it. So it's going to be pretty solid, very rigid as well, the same as rebar would be.
See, my question is, I mean, like it's a great idea, but can we make that plastic out of hemp still?
I can't see why not. Eventually,
Sure you can. I've seen processes. Where you
but there's. I mean, I've got a grinder here that the grinder's made of hemp plastic.
Right.
Right.
They're already playing with using hemp for 3D printing and stuff like that as well. They've already come out with stuff like that.
Right. There's now that laws are relaxing, people are getting a little more adventurous in their research, especially with hemp and things like that, because it grows fast. It's very beneficial for growing. Basically, with the amount of carbon it reduces, the amount of oxygen it does produce, as well as filtering contamination out of the soil and the air. So I mean, it's a super plant to grow.
Yeah.
The more things they can find to use it, the more they'll grow, which is better for everybody.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at one time you had to designate a portion of your farmland to hemp, like during the war, because all the they were making plastics back then. I think they were making hemp plastics, but it was mostly
for ropes and fiber for sails.
And all of the military outfits were all in hemp as well. I don't know if they still use hemp.
Didn't they have different machinery, like processing machinery, to handle the hemp stalk and stuff like that back then, where we don't have that now?
Well, I'm sure we still have it. It's just
still have it.
Okay, maybe we don't have as many. It's like tanks.
Right.
Well,
it
was outlawed for so long too. So I mean,
it was so taboo that they wouldn't let them grow hemp the way they grew it before, the way they were told to grow it. Yeah. The markets died down again, which is what helped forestry industry, the oil industry, be rich. But now people are realizing that, we're running out of fucking trees. So we can get as much fiber from an acre of hemp than we can get from an acre of trees that takes 40 years to grow. Yep. And we can do that every year. Right? So paper could be done away with using forestry for paper right away. But the amount of money that's still putting out for forestry products, still preventing that from happening. Australia has a lot of the machinery for separating the fibers, because there's two types of fibers. There's the bast and the hurd. And the bast is the fine fiber that you want, and the hurd is the one that is the long fibers. So sativa gives you those nice long 25-foot lengths of solid strand fiber, makes beautiful robe, clothing, everything else. Chop it up and mix it with lime, and it becomes concrete or hempcrete.
And we're going to watch a movie about that on our break. It's 2 minutes long, plus our little breaky thingy there. You got about 3 minutes to go and pee, Mary Jane.
Warm my tea.
Yes, I need to do the same thing. We'll be right back. This is the 420 radio show. And hi, how are you? We'll be right back.
Hey, Mary Jane Baker. No, I'm Mary Jane Baker. Wait, can we do that again?
Mary Jane Baker, take 27.
Hey, I'm Mary Jane Baker, and you're listening to 420radio.ca.
You're listening to 420radio.ca, Canadian Cannabis Radio.
Enjoy the buzz of legalization with Campbellford Lifestyle Shop. From lights to plant nutrients, books, consumption accessories, and more, we've got all your basics to grow or consume cannabis. Visit our info center or take a look at our piercing services and body jewelry, now available in-store through Campbellford Lifestyle Shop, 17 Bridge Street West, Campbellford.
You want music? Rock, punk, metal, alternative music. The Coverage Radio Show has what you want. Every other Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on 420radio.ca. Hosted by DJ Michael Alvich, bringing you new and retro tunes from both major and independent labels. Only on the Coverage Radio Show.
So today we have built a demo wall out of hempcrete. The purpose of this is kind of just to show people how you can build with this material in more of a practical application where you would see it as a wall frame with the light switch and socket and stuff like that.
Now, hemp is absorbing a whole lot of CO2 while it is growing. So we're doing something wonderful there. The growth cycle of hemp, 90 to 120 days for the type of fiber we're looking at. And so this is a fast-growing, renewable, carbon-absorbing biomass. So a basic hempcrete recipe is 4-1-1. 4 parts industrial hemp hurd to 1 part lime-based binder to 1 part water. So we take that appropriately processed and dried hemp hurd, we add the water to it so that the hurd can soak up that water, because once we add the lime binder into the water, we're going to start to get our chemical set. So hurd, then water, then lime, mixed together. About 7 or 8 minutes once you've got the good mix. Test it to make sure you don't have too much or too little water, which again will change with the temperature and humidity of the day, how much water you use. And then we cast that mix, that hempcrete, which is basically putting it in the wall. If it were concrete, they would call it pouring. Since it's hempcrete, we call it casting. And then we tamp around the edges and the timber framing, and we continue on up until we have gotten to the top of our form. We remove the form, put the form up a little bit higher, and repeat that process. Get 15 great people there from your community. You empower them on how to build their own home, much like the Amish barn raising, and you get your building done in a day, depending on how big it is. Mix, cast, and tamp. At the end of your hempcrete home's life, that structure's life, you can actually take that hempcrete home apart, crack that hempcrete up, and put it into your next hempcrete mix. And or you could use it as some type of a soil amendment. So we're talking about reusable, recyclable, and durable. It just doesn't get any better than that.
Lips are flapping, but nobody can hear me.
I agree.
You agree?
I agree. I think hemp is ideal.
I think hemp's going to save the
It
world.
is,
It could if greed gets out of the way.
It's one of the most diverse plants on the planet.
I don't understand.
Yes.
Like people keep saying the oil industry or the fuel industry won't let cannabis become the next fuel. I'm like, why don't they just change and start harvesting cannabis to make fuel or paper? Like, why are we insisting on cutting
Soon they're
down
not going to
these
have
forests?
a choice. They're not going to have a
Well,
choice because we're
first
running
off-
out of fossil fuels. Right?
So the refineries would have to be totally revamped. 90% of the refinery wouldn't be needed because they're no longer doing hydrocarbons and separating hydrocarbons. So it'd all have to be done to basically create ethanol fuel out of biofuel.
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry,
So-
I don't see the problem. That's why I'm like, okay.
Well, the problem is convincing them to spend a few $1 million, or no, $500 million to refit a refinery.
Well, we just need to get Justin Trudeau to put it out again of like this environmental tax break for all these people.
Yeah, you really think that it has something to do with him?
I said that years ago, that all they need to do is basically, we're running out of oil. It's becoming more and more evident every day. The reserves are drying up.
Mm-hmm.
This is why they moved to fracking and everything else, to try and suck as much oil out of the ground as they can. When they should have been a long time ago converting over to biofuels. Hemp fuel burns cleaner, so there's less carbon footprint from the exhaust than any cars out there on the roads.
Well, you're talking about biodiesel. That's that same thing as the those people that drive around and pick up the fryer oil.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so I heard also, because my ex was like super smart when it came to things like this, but he said you could take a diesel car and essentially like change it, do something to it to change it into a biodiesel.
Yep.
And then I started learning more, and he's like, yeah, you can basically do that with corn. You can make biodiesel with corn oil, make oil. You can, and then I'm like, oh, you could do it with cannabis. I'm like, why aren't we doing this with cannabis?
Right, but you can also make ethanol.
Yeah,
So
ethanol's,
now
and it's very easy to make.
Right,
You
so
just
that's
need it
closer to gasoline.
And they put ethanol in the gasoline these days.
Yes.
Because of the shortage. You know, this whole thing.
What they have though now.
Hold on, Marcel. This whole thing with the war that's going on. Okay, we're hearing that we've cut them off from gas, we've cut them off from oil, we've cut them off from this, we've cut them off from that. So now they're running around making other deals, which is fine. But what people don't realize is Russia is rich with fossil fuels, as is Canada, as is the U.S. We don't need their fossil fuels. The government here in Canada make it sound like we need other countries' fossil fuels. Not the case. We have stuff that's going to other countries. We have enough. Now, in order to remove that whole fossil fuel thing out of the way, it would bankrupt the World Bank, basically, because hemp is not. I mean, it's viable and it's easy to do and blah, 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 blah. But there aren't enough people doing it, where yet there is a lot of people out there that are protecting the oil industry.
Right. So right away, who gives the funding for people to do these new businesses?
The hemp industry.
Where's the hemp industry get their money from?
The weed industry.
No, they get it from the World Bank. And if the World Bank doesn't want them to do it, then the World Bank isn't going to be real keen on giving them money, are they?
That's right, and that right there tells you the strength of the World Bank, because they are essentially controlling this war right now.
Right, and which is what Russia didn't want to happen to Ukraine.
What's the World Bank?
The World Bank is a governing body that protects money around the world, all different denominations and what do you call them? Types of money.
I'll give you some key names of the World Bank would be Rockefellers, Rothschilds.
Yeah.
That's the World Bank.
I'm like, there's so, okay, like, I don't claim to be smart at all.
The
I know
Bilderbergs.
things about things. I've seen things, I've read whatever, but like, there are things in this world that just don't make sense. Like, I remember when I found out that Canada is in debt. My dad was saying, but we're in debt. And I'm like, what do you mean we're in debt? He's like, Canada is in debt. I'm like, to who? Who is Canada in debt to? And he's like, to these countries. And he's like explaining how much, was it the GDP or whatever? And I'm like, or the gross national, I don't know. I'm like, I don't understand this. I don't understand how banks can be in charge and how they use people's money. Like, we give it to them to put into an account, and then we have to go ask permission to get it back, and we're only allowed this much because they actually are investing our money. Like,
right, but they're investing your money by loaning it to somebody else. So you give them money, you put your money in the bank into a savings account.
You think it's safe. It's getting interest, like 0.001%.
Okay, so you think it's safe. That's a good example. So you put your money in the bank, you think it's safe, and they're giving you, we'll say, 2% interest because you got a high interest savings account.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Joe Blow down the street goes in and needs a loan, so they loan him your money. He's kind of risky, so we're going to charge him 20% interest on your money. If the bank fails, they only have to pay you back 25% of what you had.
That's fucked up.
So if the bank goes, if you think your money's safe,
so how do we open a bank?
Safe. What do you mean? How do you open a bank?
So this is what. When
you can't open a bank because the World Bank won't let you.
Okay, so this is why I was getting mad. Okay, so, and this is another thing I don't understand. Cannabis became legal in Canada. And we've seen all across the board companies losing their bank accounts, losing their shit because the banks, they didn't know how to handle it and they weren't doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for example, I know a hydroponic store that lost their business account because of said thing. And it goes to like all sorts of businesses within the cannabis industry. And I'm like, why did somebody not start a bank that would tailor to the cannabis industries? Because you're saying the World Bank, there's like a governing force that says, no, you can't do that.
Well, yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Why?
Kind of.
Nobody can apply?
Why? They're the ones that tell the government what laws to make.
You think Trudeau's the one that writes those laws? No.
Do you think
I'm
that
gonna
our
have to start
country
looking
is?
into the World Bank.
Do you think any country is being run by the people that they're electing?
No, it's the little
always knew
people
there was
sitting in the
somebody-
fucking huge towers.
Somebody's above pulling the strings, but I would like to know that it's not one person.
There
or
isn't
two
one person.
people.
That's
Like,
not
I'd like
just
to
one.
know that there's
No,
like
there isn't one person, but
yeah,
there
it's
is.
a governing force. You're telling me it's like the World
No,
Bank.
it's not even a governing force. It's a hidden force, is what it is. Nobody really knows who's doing it, except for the people that work for the World Bank and work for this company and that corporation and the Trumps and those kind of things, right? Like
Hey.
it's literally Bilderbergs and the Royals and all those people that were spouted into the.
All that stuff that everybody says is conspiracy theories for years and years and years.
This is the people that control that. The what did they used to call them? The Masons.
Well, a lot of them still are. The Illuminati, the
yep.
New World Order. What is it now? It's the World Economic Forum. It's all the same things, just a different code on.
Well,
it's all
I don't know if you knew
Kazarian
this.
Mafia is what Hillary's saying.
I don't know if you knew this, but in like a long time ago,
Ooh, Hillary's just typing away today. Oh, Hillary.
Actually almost became a CSIS employee.
On purpose.
On purpose. I was going through to take that career path. I was going to be
a spy.
Yeah, I'm good at finding things and people and stuff.
003.
00420.
It'd be 420.
Yeah, they wouldn't let you have that. Yeah.
It was something that I was gonna do, and I went through it, and I was like, I don't think I this is not. Yeah.
Could you picture this
I'm not
girl?
A rat. I'm not a rat.
As
That's
a
my
cop?
biggest thing. I was like,
Could
I couldn't.
you picture her as a cop? Can you really? Come on now, everybody, look at Mary
Canadian
Jane.
Security Intelligence Service officer.
I know what CSIS is. Thank you.
Spy. Secret agent.
A Canadian.
I've got a little bit of the training, so be careful.
Secret agent stuff.
That's funny because I did put some of it. I did put some of it to use when I used to work for the cash store. They were like, they loved me there because I could find anybody.
Yeah.
I was like, you owe us $387. Give me some warning first. Jeez.
No, that's the whole idea.
All right, I got to get rid of some windows here.
El Nardo, you're not
Yes.
very talkative tonight.
I'm just listening.
How do we change this?
Just
I'm cute,
listening.
but
All right, here's one for you. New Jersey.
What about it?
New Jersey has started the process to hand out licenses for cannabis.
Yes.
Okay.
Dispensaries and stuff.
Yay.
By when was this posted? Yesterday?
Yesterday or the day before, I
Day
believe.
before.
Yeah, but I mean, this is a long time coming. This has been something that we've been watching in the making for a little while now. So.
Yeah, and there's a lot I've been waiting for it, but by 4 p.m. on the first day, they had 172 applications. And
To me, that doesn't even sound like a lot for a place like New Jersey.
That's just for dispensaries.
I know. Well, it's just
And
a lot.
And you know who put in for one this week was NJ Weedman, Ed Fortune, who used to be on the show quite a bit. He was one of our stand-ins.
Are they going to let him have one though?
I don't know. I mean, he's got the joint in Miami, or joint of Miami, and he's got Weedman's joint in New Jersey still as well. He's recently bought a boat, the same kind of boat that is on that Below Deck show. And he's going to be doing charters, and you know, I think it's great. I mean, he's a great guy. First time he was on the show, he came on and he had his laptop set up in his grow room and everything, and he put it down in a puddle. And while we were on the air, it went. 10 minutes later, he was back on. He had another laptop, but yeah. So, anyways. Lots of stuff is going on in New Jersey and New York as well.
How many people live in New Jersey?
What's that?
What's the population of the state of New Jersey?
I'm sure Marcel's on that right now.
I don't know. That's why I said it.
You could ask your box.
We need some
8.8 million.
That's what I'm saying. That's not very many applications.
On the first day, probably not. But I believe they had some other applications that were already in there.
New Jersey was also a state that was dead fast against no.
Oh yeah, what was that? What was that stupid guy?
The whatever his name is there, yeah, him.
Cuomo.
Yeah, and now his brother got fired from CNN, over all that mess. Yep.
Well, I'll be happy when the entire state is legalized. Then I'll feel free to just go anywhere I want to travel, because I hate having to Google every time someone says,
but
"Hey,
then that's a matter.
A trip here."
Are they going to allow cross-border?
That's the better question. I don't think all the states
federally legal.
I don't think all the states will ever all be legal. I don't think they'll ever legalize it federally.
Like in Texas, I don't see it happening.
You think they will?
They will.
Yeah.
Huh? Okay.
It would be nice if they did it just like Canada. Like I have a friend who's traveling from Ontario to BC and loaded up a whole little case full of do you know what I mean, of cannabis to take with them.
Yep.
Like,
if I was going out to Vancouver, if I was going to Vancouver, believe me, I'd be coming back with a caseload as well. You know.
But wait, to a maximum of 150 grams.
Yeah, fuck that shit. I'm.
No, that's all you're legally allowed to travel with.
Okay. Catch me if you can.
I would just plan
the way it is.
I would plan around that. I would plan.
Yeah, but technically, if you're like even alcohol, you're not supposed to take it in between provinces.
Yeah,
but they lost that court case.
Yeah, I know they do.
You are now, but it happened in New Brunswick and Quebec, because Quebec's got very cheap liquor, and
I think we lost Darcy again.
Do we lose him, or is he just kind of keeping?
I remember that case, because that was a huge case in comparison to cannabis too.
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole alcohol thing.
Yeah.
Because the same regulations could be in effect that you can't travel from one province to another with cannabis.
Yep.
That has a stamp on it.
They do. I know a couple of people who have been pinched trying to bring alcohol back over the border of the Quebec and Ontario, and it's a hefty fucking fine.
Why?
So,
it shouldn't be any fine at all.
No, it shouldn't be, but it is not allowed. Specifically, Quebec to Ontario, the high octane alcohol or alcohol, whatever.
Well, yeah, that's the percentage of alcohol, though. You can't have that in Ontario. That's just flat out. You're not supposed to have it.
Alberta and Quebec are the only ones that have that.
But if you had a special processing license, if you had
which you can get, if you're licensed, if you are medically licensed, you can get what do you call it? A permit to get alcohol directly from the LCBO.
You don't need it anymore.
No,
you can just go in and get it.
Just go in and order it.
Yeah.
I remember when you could just get a big bottle of alcohol, fill it up with grape juice, and get drunk.
Not cheap.
No, it's not.
It's not cheap.
No,
and
it's
for
It's
what
a lot
what
cheap.
you're
It would
using
be
it for,
cheaper
you're
to
not.
drive to Quebec.
Well,
Would it?
what you're using it for cannabis, you're not supposed to do anyways.
You're not allowed to do that here.
Because
Yes,
it's an alcohol, and you're not supposed
unless
to use a
you're a
flammable
licensed
explosive.
company, there are exemptions. Did you have to apply for an exemption there, Mr. Nardo?
No, because we don't do any alcohol extraction.
Ah,
we do hash.
Why not? Hey, Darcy's back. There you go. He's been coloring. Look at
Because
that.
there's a whole bunch
Pretty.
of bullshit. It's fire
Squishing.
codes and
Oh,
of
okay. Yeah.
gears expensive. And
Well, I remember we chatted about it a while ago. There was a shop in Kensington Market in Toronto that one evening the windows blew out, the whole building lifted, and the gentlemen down in the basement were processing some kind of extraction.
Yeah.
And this was before legalization, or just after legalization, I think. Actually,
Yeah, it was just after, because they tried to use that.
well, they were a
as
legal store. Yeah.
Yeah, but they were trying to use it as a now
Cover.
that it's legal.
Yeah.
Look what's going to happen. Everybody's going to go blow themselves up, and you too, because it could be your neighbor. And it's
Yeah.
like, no. Most of us know that shit is flammable, and we take precaution to do it in a safe environment.
And that's one of the reasons why they have different processing licenses too.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like if you wanted to process shatters and things like that, you would have to apply for that, right? Wouldn't you? That?
Oh no, I have the license to do it. It's
Oh, you already do. It comes with
more
it.
the occupational health and safety and
the WHMIS
and all that shit. That's the issue.
Well, it's hazardous. It's dangerous, right?
No, but
And
there's
it's
occupational health
costly.
and safeties, WC.
I remember when there was no WHMIS.
There's also, you need permits to have large volumes of flammable gear
Liquids and stuff that can blow up the world.
But from a cannabis license perspective, no, I'm allowed to.
Well, it's
Oh,
almost
okay.
like a distillery, right? You need like a little distillery.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They would have a distillery in. I wish that we could do a tour of a. I know it's not allowed. I know that, Marcel.
Of a facility.
That's what he was going to say.
You know what would be nice, Lenny? I don't know if this is possible. It probably is, but a virtual reality or like a walkthrough tour, so that way if you recorded it, and you know how Google Maps just you go through the streets or through the mall, if we could go through the facility.
Yeah, but you see, it's also it's the security of it. They don't want you to know what's
There's
going
a little
on.
bit of security, but there's also
It was like there's so
no
much
offense.
legality issues.
Like you don't necessarily want your competition knowing exactly what you're doing and how you're doing.
It's like
hey, that's not offensive. That's
it's
good.
like going to
No,
the
there's a little bit of
factory and taking a video cam with you and recording it. They don't allow it. The Cadbury secrets are there for a reason.
There is a little bit of proprietary, right? Like I'll tell you, we use an LED light, but am I going to tell you what model of light we have?
Yep.
No.
Yep.
It's like the videos that other LPs have done, and every time I've watched them, what I'm watching for is to see where their camera placements are and things like that, to see what their security is.
How about this as an idea, Len? Do you yourself have access to the full facility?
Me, yeah.
So if you were to get it approved by your board, would you be able to take us on a tour? Possibly.
Yeah, if you actually go on Truro Cannabis Instagram, you'll see there's quite a bit of video and pictures up there.
Is there? Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't looked in a while. The last time I was there, it was just
it's been getting more and more. We're getting a little bit more. Okay, we'll show this. We'll show this. Mostly anybody ever wants to see is the flower room anyway, and that's all you really ever show.
Yeah, man, I want to walk around your flowers, man. Well, that ain't happening. Period.
Yeah.
No, and that part would be cool. But no, we're trying to get a little bit more
because
out there.
if you go to the Ford plant in
that's
Oakville,
nice, Darcy.
you can walk around and you can go through the tour, and they take you through all the stations and building a car and stuff like that.
Yeah.
There's before legalization, we'll call it BL. There was a hydroponic store, I believe, I don't know if they're still open, in Peterborough, that put, with Health Canada's approval, a glassed-in room where you could go and watch and look.
I know
and see.
exactly which hydroponic store you're talking about.
Is it still open?
Okay, so the reason why they were able to obtain that license is
Because the
it was
owner
a
had
personal
that's right.
medical grow.
We were going to do that at
And
the lounge
they put his personal grow, like his
in
medical grow,
the store.
in the
Yes.
store. So he basically worked every day and went and
When nobody was there, he could tend to his
tended
plants.
to his garden. Yeah. So the amazing thing, I don't know if you know this about that.
We were going to
store,
do
but
that in Shakespeare.
most people who order those watering tables, I don't know what they're called. Please forgive me. They're
Flood
massive.
table.
Yeah, you can get them built to whatever size you need.
Yeah.
They're the ones that make them for almost all of Canada. So if you need one, that just call them directly.
Yeah.
I can't even remember which one it is. I should find it, but they're great. I used to go there when I was doing with Northern Lights, the distributor, and that's a great hydroponic store.
Did you make your background?
No, I didn't make this. How about
Oh.
this? No.
No, we just had a photographer go through the facility too, so you might start seeing a little bit more stuff come up now.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, and I believe my local MLA is coming for a tour in 2 weeks as well.
What's an MLA?
Member of legislation.
Oh, Parliament.
Provincial.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So he's apparently coming, I believe. So
cool.
That's cool.
To learn more. And the invite's out to our premier, and he may show someday.
That's it. I'm gonna have to become politician if I want a tour. Is that how it works?
Yeah, well, you guys could be. You guys, if you come down this summer, maybe you're media, and well.
Nice. Well, I will say I feel blessed because I actually got to visit Truro Cannabis headquarters, your offices.
Yes, I believe it. I think that's true.
Yeah.
No,
sure,
I think if you guys do make it down this summer, I can call you guys.
I don't even have a fucking hat.
Nice.
But I will have you a hat. At Lift this year, I'll have a fucking hat for you. I will make sure Jen walks out and delivers you guys a hat if you're outside.
Oh, fuck that. We can come in. We'll be able to come in.
Oh,
are
yeah,
you going to come in?
I'm definitely coming to see
By
that.
May, we will be in there walking around. Yes, I think so.
Oh, I got tickets for you then. Don't worry about that.
Oh, wait, are you talking about Lyft? Okay,
Yeah.
so we will be still at booth 0.
Are you? Okay.
But only probably Saturday, Sunday, because I really want to go inside.
If we can go in, I will be there.
Will they have the vaccine shit dropped in Ontario by then?
Yeah, most places have dropped
March
them.
21st is the date that we've got.
Actually, Mary Jane, you have Jen's.
What is it? Mary Jane?
Most places have dropped the vaccination mandate right now.
Yeah.
Restaurants, YMCA, everything. You can go anywhere. However, you have to wear a mask still until Monday. This Monday.
Is it just?
Sorry if I seem a little excited.
So it is the 21st then.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Same here.
Mary Jane, email Jen and ask her for a few tickets.
I
Lyft.
want to tell her for me too, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll let her know. I'll probably hook through Newbie and the Doobie because that's what I want our tags to say.
Yeah, but no, we have.
You can.
We have some free tickets.
I'll reach out for 420 Radio, Al, if you want me to. Unless you want it.
I was gonna put in for. They're only allowing one per person now.
What's that? The media.
One media pass per outlet. So
if you don't get one, I have.
You can't do that. I'm the Newbie. We're the Newbie and the Doobie.
Yeah, so you guys go onto yours, and I'll put it.
Only one of them can do it.
No.
Yeah, well, we do have some actual tickets, so just don't.
Yeah, so
we are going to start giving them away. So just that's why I said reach out to her.
Okay.
I'll message her. I think she was supposed to send.
It's actually easier just to grab some tickets and go.
Yeah, but we'll have day passes for Saturday and Sunday.
Oh, cool. I wouldn't mind going to the business stuff, but you actually have to go and ask them for that. So there's an email on their website that you can email them, and I'll.
That's Friday, right?
No, there's a Thursday business day. Oh, Friday is a business
there's an industry.
Is industry to walk the show. You need that pass for Friday, and Thursday there's talks, and they're
It's
usually
all week.
usually
There's
suck ass.
talks and stuff all week, dude. There's other venues that are doing
I
talks
feel
that week
I
as well.
feel like Thursdays are for all of you guys who are in
Industry.
the convention.
Yep.
I'm in industry, and it still sucks.
And you guys all drink that day, at least
No.
what I.
No.
not
Well, I
all
don't
of you,
do. There's parties
but
and
it's
shit.
free. It's free. I was there Thursday. Free booze all day long. All I gotta do is go over and pick it up.
No,
Marco's events were like that. I mean, if you were invited, you got to go to
That
the
was
dinner and everything.
2018.
Do you want to know what we did? The churro guys did on the fucking rocking party at Lyft in November.
What's that?
We'd go to supper. We go back outside, smoke a joint, and then go out and play golf on the PS5.
We
we
the
did
first
jack
time
shit.
the first time you guys
I
were
would've
there,
took
we
you to-
went
I would have took you to the game place.
we went to the aquarium when you guys were here the first time.
Yeah.
And then we went for lunch. And then we smoked a couple of joints, tried to do a show, didn't work out very well. And that was it.
Yeah,
Nope.
there's all these after parties and stuff.
That was it for you.
Well, I mean, I was only down there the one day. I came down there 2 days. No, just one day.
One day, yeah.
Do you guys like
we
arcade
ended up at
games?
the ball game that night.
I love arcade games.
Oh, that's
like,
right.
Like pinball and like
Yeah.
Okay, Pac-Man
Yeah.
and stuff like that. Okay, so there's a place in Toronto called Tilt. It's $5 to get in. All the
Or you
games are
could just
free.
go on Yonge Street and go to one of the arcades that's still there.
No, all the games are free. It's $5 to get in, and you can go out and have a
Oh.
joint and go back in, and it's not $5 again.
They have that at the arcade
you'll get the
in
churro.
in CN
You'll get
Tower. they
Matt
have
and
that,
I and
right?
Drew. We'll be doing that.
Yeah, it's
Isn't
so
that
much
at the
fun.
CN Tower, Mary Jane?
Mm-mm. No.
Because they used to have a huge arcade at the CN Tower down in the basement.
All of the other ones cost money,
Okay.
like big money.
Mm.
They
Is-
used
is-
to have the quarter ones, like you're
Is
talking.
Chuck E.
when
Cheese
young.
still around? We could go to Chuck E. Cheese.
I'm not going to.
I've
This
never been to a
place,
Chuck E.
Tilt?
Cheese.
I've
So
never
this place,
There's one in Oshawa. Just
Is there a Chick-fil-A in Ontario yet?
yes,
I
yes,
don't know.
there's two. One downtown, and I just found out one in the Scarborough Town Center.
I
and
know,
there
I
is
know
the-
they're kind of the whatever religious crazy, but I got to try that shit.
So you can't go Sunday; they're closed.
I know.
Chuck E. Cheese, Al. There's one at Victoria Park and Shepherd.
Okay, that's the one I see. Yeah.
Yeah. And that place Tilt. The reason why it's better than Chuck E. Cheese is because flat rate entry to get in. Plus, they serve booze and food. It's
Like
all
a
adults
bowling
only.
alley. There's
no children.
there's a place. I
Oh,
can't
Tilt?
remember.
I'm googling this now.
Tilt, yeah.
There's a place that it's a huge bowling alley. And they have, I think it's in Hamilton or at Burlington, and they have the bowling alley. Then they have a huge arcade and a bar and a full restaurant and all that stuff like they used to. It could be Oshawa, actually.
In the north end of Oshawa, there's this place called Neb's Fun World.
That might be it because
The
we took
north end.
David.
Oh, they got
North End
WWF
Bowling.
WrestleFest?
No, it was Hamilton. It was Hamilton.
So, anyways, this Neb's Fun World, it has go karts, bowling,
Yep.
rock climbing.
There's a place in Toronto like
a
that.
bar.
That's the Palladium.
I got the list of games. Oh my god, I was here before.
You were there?
It's upstairs, right?
No,
No?
no. The
He's on the
bathroom
website.
is downstairs. The bathroom's downstairs. It's creepy.
So here's the video games arcades. Area 51, I remember. Asteroids. I'm skipping the stupid ones. Donkey Kong.
They have baby Pac-Man. They have
Baby
Ball,
Pac-Man.
They have
Mario Kart.
oh yeah,
Michael
and they
Jackson's
have
Moment.
TVs like couches. So
Mortal
if you can
Kombat
play
Mario
Nintendo
Kart,
64. Or
You should take
Nintendo
your
or-
kids to the Mario Kart track in Burlington, Mary Jane. It's supposed to be really fucking good.
Is it like the one they built in Niagara Falls?
That's the one. It's kind of halfway
Super
between
Checks
Burlington
hockey.
and Niagara Falls. You already went? Really?
Ew, I went. Yeah, I seen it. It was trash.
The video looked good.
Yeah, if you're a little kid.
Super
Yeah,
Checks
like-
hockey is badass.
There is
Lenny's
a
like, let's go to Tilt.
I am so.
there's a new go-kart track in Alderville. I'm going to take David when we go up this year.
I'm down for go-karts. I love go-karts.
Yep.
Hey,
Go get a
Lenny,
bag of your weed and then go for a go-kart ride.
did you see the good news for you this week?
What's that?
Health Canada is looking at changing cannabis drinks.
Upping it.
saw
Yeah.
that, but I don't know if they can do that until. Well, I guess they can do it. It's reg.
There's changes coming. They've been talking
Yeah.
about it for a while.
What was it?
So-
What were they saying, Marcel?
So what they're saying is under the current regulations, the most that you can get is 2.1 liters of cannabis-infused beverages, which would be about 5 cans.
Yeah, it's 5.
But that
So
doesn't
there's your-
equal
Your 6-pack. There's your 6-pack.
But that doesn't.
I can get 6 at my store.
Right, but they're smaller cans to come to that 2.1 liters.
Well, wouldn't that be what they would need to do? Is just make smaller cans?
No, because that 5-6 cans doesn't add up to 30 grams of dry cannabis.
You know what?
But I did
When they've because you're
math.
allowed 30 grams of dried cannabis equivalent.
Yeah. I have this argument every time I walk into the fucking store.
Okay,
2.1 liters
Ready
at
Can
10.
Gems. You know those Ready Can Gems? They're like little pills. They're 5 milligrams, and there's 15 in a bottle. How much is that? 45 milligrams?
Yeah.
If you go on the OCS website, you can buy 40-something bottles or something like that of this shit before you go over your limit.
Yeah.
You know how much milligrams that is? That would kill. I don't know if
You're
it
right.
kills you and knock you out.
Wouldn't kill anybody.
No, you'd not. You'd pass out before you friggin'.
Well, when they redid the
for a
math,
candy, 10 soft gels are way better and cheaper.
when they redid the math on the equivalency, it would have been 48 cans.
That's
not
what it should be.
5.
Mind you, 48
there's
cans
actually-
at $5.
Yeah.
So, Lenny, have you heard of this?
Yep.
There are bottles of drinks that are in cans that are already made, like they're just drinks. And then there are these things that have started to come out that it's water, and it's like the infusion is in the top, and you just twist the lid and it goes. Psh. So apparently, somebody told me that that's sold as a concentrate,
a different dry flower
versus
equivalent because it's
a
not in the liquid.
drink.
They fucked up the
Yeah.
liquids.
I'm like, how did that? Because everybody's trying to get around this drink thing, this 5, this equivalency.
It's
I don't know.
stupid.
They
But
definitely need to
honestly, no
rethink,
offense. I get 6 of them. It's like $36. No one's gonna buy that many more.
Yeah, it's $6 a can. You're looking at what? A 12-pack costing you $72, and a 12-pack of beer is what, 24?
Yeah, like it's just like, and again, I do make decent money. I can afford $36 for a 6-pack in an evening, but the average Joe is not paying that, right? It's got nothing to do with the fucking. Yeah, they have the dried flower equivalent fucked up. That is true, but that's not what's holding back the sales. It's the price.
Yeah. Yeah,
the price.
$5 a can.
Yeah, I think they're like 10 a can here. That's why
Depends
I'm like,
what you get. Some of the 10 milligram ones are $8.99.
Yeah, like I think I've seen them $11.95 when I was working, scanning them out.
Honestly,
$12 a drink.
I had to make on our Churro Cannabis site just because people don't understand it. I called it an API calculator. You put in how much THC and CBD, the size of the package can be a chocolate, capsule, liquid, drink, your price, and it'll tell you how much you're paying per milligram of THC or CBD. And some of the drinks are just fucked.
I'm on the OCS website right now looking to see what they've got for beverages because I'm like, what the heck?
That Keef drink's pretty good. Whatever company makes that one.
Whatever happened to Darcy?
I think he's there, but I think he just keeps going to mute and the camera.
Where's our grow segment?
Or maybe he's not there.
Oh, I see powdered drink mix.
Yeah.
60 milligrams. Oh, that's just CBD. 34 mils is $20.
How much are they charging you?
It was $20 for 34 mils. Well, $18.95, same shit. But yeah, they're like $4.95 up to. Ew. This one's $21.95.
Ew.
That's a powder again.
How many powder packs do you get though?
This is Every. Sorry to the dispensary who I'm butchering their name. Dragon fruit watermelon CBD sparkling beverage. 40 milligrams of CBD. I'm trying to look at the package. 10 milligrams per can. So it looks like it's 4 cans for $21.95.
So $5 a can, basically.
But in like a 4-pack.
Yeah, so that's still so expensive, right? Yeah. Oh yeah, but like it's all great what they do and all, but fuck, the price is ridiculous. That's a ripoff too, because there's no excise tax in that fucking CBD either. Fuck that packaging company.
Fuck that package, man.
And then they sell things like these.
Yeah.
I guess you're just supposed to
Hang
mix
on,
that
hang
in
on.
with your...
You could have made her bigger there, buddy.
There we go. Can't even really see it. Anyways, it's just a little bottle.
Yeah.
I guess you're supposed to mix that with water.
Yeah, I'm not sure who was the Health Canada person that came up with the group that came up with these dried flower equivalents or did the math. It was kind of
like, okay, so every time I go into the store now, they're always, well, you'll have to come back later because we can only do 28 grams. Because I usually get a couple grams of hash and a bag.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what? No, you can ring me twice. I'm medical. Oh, well, we don't like to do that because the cops are stopping people outside and you got to have your receipt. Otherwise, they might take it away from you. And I'm like, dude, I have my medical thingy. Don't worry about it. He's like, oh, okay. It's like they must be having a hard time staffing these places because every time I go in there, there's somebody different.
I was a little confused about this personally because I know they have to have a compliance officer.
Yes.
Can they? I thought they could only have one compliance officer.
I don't know. One person tells me I need to see your IDs, and then for the next 2 or 3 times I go in, nobody's there asking for ID.
Well, see, I worked at a store, and I'll tell you right
you
now, is the problem is nobody knows from the next person. I feel like it's like working within a branch of the government, except that it's just me. I'm talking to this person, and this person knows, but this person doesn't. This person's carding. This person's not carding.
There doesn't seem to be any consistency as far as training goes. That's what I see.
No, because people don't understand the regulations.
That's right.
Well,
they don't need to understand the regulations.
No,
the only thing they need to do
the regulation out. You cannot
is that part of the package.
You can't let somebody in the store pass the front to see any of the stuff. If you think they're under a certain age, you have to make sure they're carded.
Common sense.
Yeah, okay. Well, what happened when my coworker left the front of the store
and somebody just walked in?
Some kid goes to run in the store, and I had to whoa!
And that's why there's a rope usually just inside every shop.
But that's the thing. Not every store is the same, and not everybody they don't understand. And the rules that you are taught on the whatever it is that you fucking take, like the thing can sell. They don't teach you everything within the rules and regulations, and some of the stuff they teach you is wrong. They're still teaching indica, couch, sativa uplifting.
Whatever they're teaching is the minimum that they need to know on how to dispense cannabis without giving too much information.
How many years ago? They didn't know that information, and who was responsible for making that?
The long and short is
sure
they're not allowed to talk about anything medical, period. That's what they're not allowed to. So even having a conversation like, have you tried this? What'd you think of it? They're not allowed to do.
That's false. No, that's false.
They are allowed to.
As a bud tender, I can talk to you all day long about my personal experience, my friend's experience.
Yes.
But I cannot tell you that this
will help with that. Yes.
Never. Yes. You cannot do that.
They were out of the hash that I liked. So I said, the manager just happened to be there. And I said, okay. And she said, if you're a hashy like I am, try this. Mm-hmm. And then walked away. Like but
yeah, that's okay. And you're allowed to.
But I guess what I'm saying is I miss the engagement. I like the cannabis conversation engagement that you get when you go to the reservation.
No, and that comes from a few different things, Al. It's not just the training of the salesperson.
No, that's life. Just being there in the community.
No, it's the employer, because the
Nah, I
employer,
guess
a
so.
lot of them look at it like this is a store. This is
Yes.
a place of business. It's
Yes.
retail.
Yes.
It's not anything but a product.
Yes.
No different than ketchup or
Sure.
mustard, whatever the fuck you got on your shelf.
And that's why every store has a different flavor. Yes. I
Yeah, but
understand
not
that.
only that, with the legal limits that you're only allowed to buy 38 grams. If I have
Yeah.
a customer come into the store, my goal as a retail, like as an associate, is to sell you product.
Yeah, but
To
you're
sell
not
you
allowed
as
to
much
sell your stuff.
product as I
Yeah.
possibly can, so that way my employer gets a better.
Catch-22.
And now I can't, because if
Yeah.
you've got the equivalent to 30 grams of cannabis, now I have to take you up to the counter. Or I can offer you papers or swag or a bong or whatever else, but I cannot sell you any more cannabis. So you've got that combined with the fact that people are just trying to get you in, get you out. Like, if you came in and talked to me, Al, I would talk to you about cannabis for as long as you wanted to stand in there and talk to me. But
And
my
okay,
employer wouldn't
so
appreciate that.
I've been into 2 stores. I've been into Cannabis Canna Cabana, okay, and Cannabis Hut. Cannabis Cabana is a big corporation. Cannabis Hut is franchises, smaller outfits, and you're usually talking to the manager or possibly the owner in one of those smaller stores. Where if you go into a corporate store, which Canna Cabana is, you don't get that. But the prices, because the bulk isn't there at the little store, the bulk isn't there, so it's 10, 20. I went into Cannabis Hut. I got the same stuff that I usually get at the other place because they were out, and it cost me $30 more. Let's put it that way. Okay, because Canna Cabana has a membership program that's about 25 to 30% off of the regular prices.
From what I heard, Canna Cabana was trying to be like the discount
because they buy so much in bulk, but their prices listed can be high. Okay, so if you're not a member,
well, it's frustrating with cannabis. Like, just like any other product, a store can purchase, like this paint, for example.
Yep.
Can buy it for $3, sell it for $10.
They can sell it. They can sell it for whatever they want. We both know how much. We both know that how much a Shatterizer goes for instance. Okay.
Yeah.
But if you go into a store that buys bulk like Canna Cabana, you can get it cheaper than from Shatterizer. I don't get that.
I just want to say the only way that you can get a Shatterizer cheaper from Canna Cabana is with your discount, because Shatterizer has worked extremely hard to ensure that their pricing is the same straight across the board.
Yep.
So that's the discount thing.
Canna Cabana, as far as the actual cannabis, is paying the same price as all the dispensaries. They all pay the same price,
but they're buying more.
But the
they do buy more, but they're not getting a discount.
They don't get a bulk.
No,
not on cannabis. Like, now I know Canna Cabana because we had, I forget his name at the time, but like they're big in the glass.
Was it Bo? I think Bo. Or...
No, Bo's Canadian Lumber. I apologize. He was a nice guy. I forgot his name. But no, they're buying through OCS.
It was Andy Peleus.
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
The OCS.
They're buying the cannabis from OCS warehouse the same price. Now, some companies don't mark it up, and some will even sell it at cost.
So this is where the media fluffs things up, because when the last article I saw about Canna Cabana and their whole big changeover, because they bought a whole bunch of smaller stores and then they opened them up as Canna Cabana. Okay. It made it sound like the reason that Canna Cabana, and I'm not dumping on them because I go there, the reason that they have this price difference is because they buy so much.
I think they make a lot of money on their now. Like, I think they make a lot of profit on the glassware and devices, because I do think...
Okay, but they don't have much out, dude.
Oh, really? Okay.
No, I mean, you go in and for the longest time, because of the switch over there, I can't remember what they were called before, but because of the switch over,
what's the membership cost for them? I think they've been kind of brilliant that way.
Membership is free. Free membership, free delivery if you're in the area over a certain amount.
it's like a loyalty service.
It's
created a
they
thing where
want
it was
to
like,
be the Costco of
Yeah.
weed.
All right, so explain to me why wouldn't you just take the free membership and just have the discounted price?
I that's what I do. But when they don't have what I want, what I like, what I need, I go elsewhere. Just like you would if this beer store didn't have Molson's, you'd go to another one
Yeah.
and get
No, I
Labatt.
just find that weird. Like, I don't understand feels like, I don't know, I don't get it.
You know what?
The part that I find frustrating is, like I was saying about like the paint, how they can mark it up or sell for whatever price.
Yep.
I've heard of two different things happening. So the store in Sterling, the one that's currently open, because there's another one that's going to be opening soon, which is funny because they're like 100 steps from each other in the town of Sterling. Anyways, that store charges prices based on THC percentages. So the higher the THC percentage, the higher the price.
Yeah.
Regardless of what they pay from the OCS.
Yeah.
And then you have other stores where I've heard of, I don't know any store in particular, but I've heard that some stores are legally allowed to actually purchase the product from the OCS or wherever you're purchasing from your legal, connection, depending on province.
Yeah.
And then taking the product and selling it under the OCS, what they sold it at. So basically they're selling at a loss.
You can sell. They can sell at whatever price they want.
They're showing massive sales because people are
They're
going
selling
there,
so
so
much.
they become like, top in sales, but they're losing money.
There's usually
just trying to
just
choke out
seven
all the
people
other
in line.
dispensaries, right?
Yeah.
I'm not claiming that's what Cabana's doing, but that there is a few was it cheap buds or something like that, or buds for less or something. That's what they're trying to do.
Tokyo, what is it? Tokyo
Smoke or something.
Tokyo Smoke is supposed to be also very big on the bulk, like the discount stuff as well. But they're more high end, from what I hear. I don't know. I don't know.
Well, I have a loyalty program at the place I go at. I just knocked my gnome over.
So how does it work?
They give me stamps, stickers every time I purchase.
Mary Jane's in Alderville does that. Yep.
So
I think that's a wonderful program.
With so I love this place.
Every 10 you get one or something like that, right?
So I actually have to move the red ones to a different card because you have to have a different card for this one is under 100 and this one is over 100. So once you get 10 of either, but
that makes
under
sense to
100,
me.
well, if you spend, if all the stickers are under 100, they give you a $10 store credit. But the last time I had a full card of over 100 stickers, which I was realizing that when I looked at it, I was like, fuck, that's $1,000 I spent at that.
Yeah, exactly. I looked at all the packages that I've bought over the last summer.
Right?
I was like,
but
fucking shit.
The nice thing about that is with that full card, they gave me
You
a
get it.
$50 credit.
Yep.
So that was like half of the money that I spent there. So I'm like, why not?
No, that's good. I'm still trying to figure out the Cabana discount, like free membership, you get a discount. Why don't you just charge $5 or just like I guess people fall for, I don't know. I just don't get it.
The way it's listed on the website is their prices are just a little bit higher than the other places. Then they offer the membership, which knocks it down to
like a regular
just
price.
a little bit below the other stores.
Hey, that's like my internet. My internet package is $110, but I got a $45 saving or something.
Now,
like that
Al, do they have your name on file and they're recording your purchases and data?
They, you know what? I wonder.
That's how they're making their money.
I'm serious.
I think every company that has any kind of online presence makes money off of reselling information.
No, and that's why I'm trying to figure out what they're doing.
I don't know. I know that I give them my phone number and they pull it up. I don't know if they see what I'm buying, how much I'm buying. I should be able to access that stuff on their website, but I can't. It's just a cart. You put what you want, you order it, you go and pick it up, or they deliver it.
Like, to me, I thought they were doing something like, here's $15 or $25 a year, your membership, and you get a discount.
No, sir.
Like a Costco, right? Which I think is fucking awesome. Do that.
I think that once they get really rolling, because they've only been open as Canna Cabana at a lot of locations for a few months now.
Yeah.
Right. Since the beginning of winter, anyways.
Are they a public company?
I believe so. That's High Tide, isn't it? Or
yeah, if they're public, this is
is that what it is, Mary Jane? Isn't it High Tide?
I don't know.
Isn't
I
that the
think so.
company
Can we?
name?
What do you wax on, wax off?
I'm like, can we change this?
She wants to change the subject. She's getting
No,
bored.
because I'm gonna roll a joint and put it on mute. So like, we don't want me as the feature if I'm muted. So
Oh, she doesn't want the camera on her.
yes.
Go ahead.
Thank you.
Well,
See, you
you know
guys
what?
should make
Actually,
me allowed to do this.
we've got 15 minutes left, and this video is 4 minutes and 20 seconds. So let's go watch that real quick.
That's convenient.
And Mary, we can all sit here and smoke a jubie. And let me just load this up here. And this is different things that you can use hemp for, hemp products.
Use
And
it for everything.
this is the quietest Marcel's been in a very long time.
There?
Hey everyone, and welcome to Hemp Processing and Technology. Today, we'll be going over all of the things that hemp can be used for. When you think of the word hemp, the first things that come to mind might be hemp seeds, hemp oil, CBD products, or maybe even a hemp bag that you own. But if you were given a list of all of the products that hemp can produce, you'd be amazed as to how versatile this plant truly is. And given how eco-friendly it is to produce hemp, it's no wonder why hemp is projected to be over a $5 billion industry this year. So let's start first with the entire plant itself, as just growing hemp provides a number of benefits to the soil and makes for a great cover crop. Hemp also grows faster and more eco-friendly than cotton and trees, using less pesticides, water, time, and space to produce, which helps with both drought and deforestation, two major global issues we're facing today. The high cellulose content in the hemp plant can also be used to make biodegradable plastic, making a sustainable, decomposable product that's able to contribute to solving another global issue. Now let's take a closer look at what else hemp is good for. And to do so, we can break down each part of the plant, from the stalks, leaves, flowers, and seeds. Starting with the hemp stalk, there is a fibrous outer layer and a woody inner layer that can be separated for different uses. The fibrous layer is sturdier than cotton and is commonly used in both industrial and commercial textiles, producing everything from rope and carpets to bags and shoes. The inner woody hurd is similar to that of tree wood and can be used for a lot of the same products, producing sturdier paper that won't fade, eco-friendly building materials, or used as a fuel to be burned and can be converted to activated carbon. Hemp leaves are packed with nutrients and can be consumed raw in salads, smoothies. It can be fed to animals or just used in composting, along with any other unused parts of the plant. As for the seeds, these can be consumed as well, with the shells on or off, and can be grinded into a flour to be used in baked goods. When pressed for oil, hemp seed oil, like most oils, is extremely versatile and can be used as a consumable cooking oil or in a large variety of consumer and industrial products, found in everything from paint and fuel to soaps and cosmetics. Finally, we have the hemp flower, which is where all the CBD products on the market today comes from. The CBD in your favorite drinks, lotions, gummies, and inhalable products all come from the hemp flowers. And with it comes a wide variety of medicinal benefits. So with this chart, it's easy to see just why hemp has been widely used for the past 10,000 years. And with the 2018 Farm Bill, we're finally back on track to make hemp great again. And that's it. Like the content? Then be sure to check out our beginner's guide to creating CBD products from scratch. Available at Amazon in print and digital, with links in the description below. You can also find us
this is
at
Cheech.
hempinapot.com.
This is Chong, and you're listening to Lifestyle Radio. What is it? Lifestyle Radio. Say it one more time. 420 Radio? Woo!
You're listening to Lifestyle Radio.
Are you an independent musician? How would you like to have your songs played on hundreds of radio stations just like the one you're listening to right now? Join MusicSubmit.com and we'll promote your music to radio stations and blogs in your genre. It's free to set up your account, and we guarantee your music will be considered for airplay by radio stations worldwide. Why not sign up today? It's free. MusicSubmit.com. Radio promotion for indie musicians.
This is how we grow the weed.
I unmuted you so we could hear what you were laughing at.
Don't do that.
Plus, I wanted to scare you. And Darcy left, so you played the music, and he's gone.
Yeah, it's part of the whole, second thingy here. So,
yeah,
whatever.
Oh,
No, yeah.
I was on Facebook. That shit's
Tomorrow-
toxic.
Tomorrow, we've got more snow coming.
What?
I sent you a picture on Facebook. That wasn't toxic.
Oh, I didn't see that.
I didn't see that either. You don't send me pictures.
Well, I tagged you. Did something with you.
Great. Now I feel like Darcy. I don't know how to work this shit.
Hey, Marcel, did you see, if you look at the 420radio.ca group, okay, you'll see that Tim Barnhart, our buddy there at Legacy 420, posted a group that I think he's involved with called the FICO Playbook. Have you seen that? What are you laughing at?
Oh, Marcel.
Oh. He saw the picture.
Oh, dear God.
Did you see that, Marcel?
I'm going to look at it now.
That doesn't look like a candle.
Yeah, the same as yours didn't look like a cow.
Oh, I get it. The pussy picture. Yeah. Okay, I get it. You want to show it? I'll show it to people if you want, Marcel. If you show me.
Yeah, put it on the screen. That's hilarious.
Oh, go ahead.
Or you can put it up, Marcel. Why don't you put it
No,
up?
I'm looking at this group thing that you got me looking at.
Oh, okay, so
This was at a school. That's even better. Art project entitled Candlelight. It's funny, I was at the bank the other day and I was standing in line and this one guy was like, hey, and he's like looking at his friends and he's going like this and he's showing his phone to all his friends and I just leaned over and went like this. He stopped, he turned and he looked at me and he showed me it was just some like dog video. Like, I want to see too. What are you watching?
I just saw a post that Paula posted 3 years ago that we were doing Canicade already. 3 fucking years.
Hey, we actually got the anniversary of the COVID lockdown this week. It was the 16th that Ontario declared actual lockdown, that you weren't allowed to leave your homes.
And on Monday, I will no longer be wearing a mask, period.
I actually went into the mall
That's
without
not
one
true.
today.
I will wear one. I will wear a mask where I deem the need to wear a mask for my own safety, i.e. shopping, line, The
I
bank.
went to the mall. I went to the mall
What was that?
today.
Police stations.
Police stations. Yeah.
That's funny. I went to the mall today. I didn't wear a mask. I went into multiple stores. I
I
went
went
into
into the
Walmart
store. I did
today.
this.
No, I went into Walmart. The only person that said anything to me, like store associate wise, was the lady at Walmart. When I first walked in, she smiled. I smiled at her because I had a little trouble getting the cart out, so I was going to talk to her anyways and ask if she could go take a look at how to fix that. But she said, "Would you like a mask?" And I said, "No, thank you. But I did want to tell you about the carts." So I stood with her for a second and told her, and then I just went shopping. But
I've forgotten now. I keep forgetting to take it now. If there's not one hanging on my mirror, I don't have one. I've gone into the weed store, and they had one for me. But I just, like I said, and I went into Tally Ho in Hamilton when I picked up David the other day. It's a roast beef restaurant, and sandwiches, a deli. And I didn't have it, so I walked in, I placed my order, and I left David to bring it back to the car. But they were eating, they were allowing eat-in.
Yeah.
Right. I have
yeah.
not.
So everybody sitting down had no masks on anyway.
I had, yeah, exactly. I have not been into a restaurant since they've stopped the vax passports, but it's coming.
Well, you can. I was in Boston Pizza today, but I couldn't find anything I liked, so I went.
I need some schnitzel, so I'm about to go down there and say hello to my favorite restaurant. So,
yeah, it was nice to actually see in the mall they had taken down the barricades to keep everybody out of the food court if you didn't have your pass, because before you had to go through this one entrance into the food court because they corralled everybody in.
I remember when all this stuff started. It was like, I get out of the car and go into my wherever I'm going to get, and I'm like, I can't go in. What the fuck? It was a shock to the system, and that was 3 years ago now, or two years, two and a bit.
It feels like 3 because it was some of March and then all of last year, and then
it was so close to the end of the year,
And the kids, it feels like 3 years because it's been 3 school years.
School years. It's been 3 summers coming up. This will be the 3rd summer. It's been 3 winters or 2 winters. 3 winters. 3 Christmases, right?
I will say I want to point out something amazing that happened for me over COVID. In 2019, in August, I decided I was going to get a season's pass to Wonderland for 2020.
Yeah, you'll be going next week.
Yeah. So what happened was because they closed down 2020, they weren't open at all.
Yep.
They said, well, we'll extend your pass to 2021.
And then they gave you a full one again for this year.
Because they said, oh, well, we didn't open for the full 2021.
Yeah.
So they said you can go 2022 as well. So I got to go part of 2019. I went 8 times last year. And I want to go this year. I want to hit every single ride that I'm able
this
to go
year,
on.
This year you're going to go on a Friday without your kids, and you're going to take the camera with you and do the show on rides.
You know what we need to get me? We need to get me some sort of GoPro that I can strap to.
I have one.
All right, I'll take it on the rides, and we'll go.
Or better yet, all you need is you need a case, a chest case for your phone, and your phone just sits here on your chest.
Okay.
Right?
That might not
in the
be a
same
good
place.
idea. Can we get one on my forehead?
It's
or
the same.
right here?
It's the same kind of thing as the GoPro. The GoPro would just sit here in a harness on your chest.
Yeah.
Right.
Canada's Wonderland from downtown Toronto. How do you get there? How far?
20 minutes. Not even 20 minutes.
No, it'd be.
They have buses or subways or anything?
No, it's straight up on the highway. You can get a Go bus, I think, from Union Station up there. But I'm not, or from one of the stations up there.
Where is it?
Why do you want to go?
Well, no, my family and I are in Toronto, July.
Well, if you guys want to go, I'll take you up there. Don't worry about that.
Oh, we'll think about it. We're only there for 3 days. We had to use WestJet tickets and from our 2020.
To go from the Metro Toronto Convention Center, which is where
which is basically where we're staying.
Yeah, that's where you're staying.
It's 31-minute drive.
Okay, and there is a go bus that goes from the downtown core up
Forget
to.
the go bus. We drive.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, we'll get you there. Don't worry.
You know what? I don't want to tell too many people this, but I know a parking spot. I'm not going to say where it is, but I know.
You know what? I'll tell you.
Right
I will
around the
tell
corner,
you.
it's free parking, and it's just as quick to walk.
The best place to park in that area
Don't you
is
give it away.
downstairs in the basement below the Mervish restaurants. That you go down in the old underground parking lot, and
Are you
it's
talking about Metro Toronto Convention Center? Because I'm talking about Wonderful.
just up. Yes. Oh, okay. Never mind.
Okay.
I'm talking about the downtown core for when you go to lift and stuff.
Yeah.
No,
we're at the what was it? The Intercontinental Hotel. We already booked it.
Oh, nice.
You know that bed and breakfast that you stayed at that first time that you came. That building. There's a series of 3 or 4 buildings right in that area that are the worst buildings in the city of Toronto for murders, drug deals, and because it's all bed and breakfasts.
Airbnbs, you mean?
Yeah, Airbnbs. Yeah, sorry, Airbnbs. We don't call them bed and breakfasts anymore. Didn't you see the documentary?
No.
There's documentaries about that place.
They're called Scare B&B.
Yep.
That reminds me of the time I went out and I was in the East Coast and I stopped to see Marcel. And Marcel's like, "Where are you staying tonight?" And I told him, and he's like, "You shouldn't be staying there.
Where was it,
Place is a
Marcel?
shithole." That was
Forget where in the hell she was
it was
staying.
somewhere in Nova Scotia in like a really shitty part. And okay, so here's the best part about that night. Marcel, I don't even know if I told you. I was on the phone with Timmy when I get there. Go up to the house. There's no keypad. There's no key. There's no nothing. I look through the window and it just looks like somebody's foyer. Stairs up, stairs down. So I knock on the door. Some man comes to the door and he's French accent. And I'm like, "Hi, I'm here for the Airbnb." He's like, "Yeah, it's just downstairs." I'm like, "Is there another door?" And he's like, No, come this way. I was like, "But like, is there a door with a lock down there?" Like, and he's like, No, we don't need a lock. He's like, "I have cameras." And I'm like, and the whole time Timmy's quiet, right? On the speakerphone. And I'm like, I just need to go to my car for a second. And I go back to the car and I'm like,
stay there.
I am not staying here. I'm like, "Babe, what do I do?" He's like, "Drive, leave. Just
Did you get a refund?
I didn't give a fuck. My work booked that. I don't give
Oh,
a You
okay.
get the refund. I don't know if they did or not, but I drove
Yeah.
to a parking lot crying. Timmy booked me a hotel right around the corner, and we went there, and I made my work pay for it. I was like, you put me in a fucking shitty Airbnb. Like, oh my God, that company,
I think it was in Spryfield.
wherever it was shady getting there. And especially after talking to you, and you're like, "Oh, I wouldn't be staying there." And then showing up to that guy, I was like, "Oh, this is not how I die." Out.
Yeah, this is not the scenario you wanted. Anyways, on that note, it's time to say goodnight. If you're
Later.
listening and you've got nothing else to do next week, we'll be here at 7 p.m.
Oh, wait.
Fridays. What?
Wait.
Oh.
I've got something to say. I want to promote. If you see this before tomorrow night or before Sunday, because there's going to be a replay on Sunday on KGL TV on YouTube, we're doing a dating game. We did it for Valentine's Day. It's kind of like, where we have the boy contestant and there's 3 female wooers and they're all like vying for him to pick her. And then at the end, we reveal to everybody who they are. So nobody gets to see anybody till the end. And we have 2 couples and we give away prizes. And it's going to be a lot of fun.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. And if anybody's out there is cannabis friendly and is looking for, a date, watch the show, love the show, be part of the show, send me a message.
Cool. Anybody else got anything they want to throw in there?
No.
All right.
No.
Good night.
Start saving your pennies for Harvest Fest.
Say good night, Bill.
Later.
Who's Bill?
So what are you doing? Nothing? Why not?
Trying to get on this Lifestyle Radio website.
Sounds like a cool website.
Yeah, it's alright. Oh, wait,
You might have it.
You're listening to Lifestyle Radio.
The opinions expressed during this show are those of the individual participants and do not necessarily reflect the opinions of their associated organizations or Lifestyle Radio.
I'm out of here.